Hey everybody, Logan here. Looks like Microsoft is at it again. I've reported on quite a few of these instances where Microsoft makes something that everybody wants, but doesn't let anybody buy them. Whether it's controllers, whether it's consoles. Well, they haven't done it with games yet. Sort of. They just announce games and then they just disappear and no one can get them. Because, poof, or they just end up becoming junk, which is pretty sad. Whatever. Looks like Microsoft and Disney/Marvel have announced a new contest to where you can win an X-Men Xbox and some X-Men Xbox Series XS controllers, but you can't buy them. Just like the Ninja Turtle ones. Just like that interesting Jade one, even if they just made a plastic version of it, these controllers would send people into a frenzy to buy these because they are X-Men from the original 90s series. 97? Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Always a big X-Men fan until the last decade or so where Marvel just screwed the pooch on this and just destroyed it. But apparently X-Men 97 has brought it back, has reeled that back in to basically tickle that nostalgia bone for a lot of old X-Men fans. Now, not gonna lie, I haven't watched it. I'm one of those people that waits for the entire series to come out, watches the whole thing, so, you know, I don't have to sit and schedule, oh, it comes on this time on a Wednesday, okay, I don't have that time anymore. So once it completely comes out, I'm gonna sit and just binge the whole thing, as long as it's still good. So everything I've heard so far, it's still a very good show, and they haven't ruined it yet. But yet. I'll be skeptical. Hopefully by the end it's still a solid show, and I will enjoy it just like most other people are that I've talked to. But I digress. Let me show you this console. Alrighty, this article here comes from Pure Xbox. And it says, X-Men is getting a custom Xbox Series X with an exclusive comic design. I see what you did. An Xbox with an X gene? Oh, God. Okay, let's just take a look at this. Let's see if I can... Yeah. That's interesting because it looks like X-Men 97. And not OG X-Men. Of course it's X-Men 97 because Disney only wants you to think that this is the only X-Men out. But with Deadpool and Wolverine coming out, and hopefully that looks very promising, so hopefully it's going to be really good. It's a little too simple for the colors. Hey, maybe you can just create your own in Xbox Design Lab, but look at the card that it comes on. That would be nifty to own that. But let's dive in. We've got another custom Xbox Series X on the horizon, and it's time it's based around X-Men, but you can't buy it. I added that. Specifically, Xbox and Marvel Animation have teamed up to create an Xbox Series X that features a 2-page story with an exclusive full-page cover, making the first time an Xbox Series X has been wrapped by a comic book. Well, it's pretty simple. It's just a big slab on every side. Sadly, it's not available to buy. They don't want you to buy it. They don't want your money. Don't spend your money on these consoles because we don't want your money is what Microsoft is saying. This is ridiculous. I would buy one. I would buy all the controllers. But hey, I don't know. Instead, it's being given away as part of a social media sweepstakes. Xbox. On X. That's a lot of X's. An Xbox with an X gene. Follow and blah, 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 blah. So you can go to X and follow it there. So I'm looking forward to what I'm about to show you next. You've seen it creep up at the bottom of the screen. But, yeah, you know what? I'm not even going to say anything. Let's just take a look. Look at those controllers. So you got Wolverine, yellow with the blue and the red accents, just like his costume, Beast, blue, white. I mean, it's perfect. The Gambit doesn't look brown. It looks more like an olive drab, but all the colors make sense. I hate this version of Morph. It is probably the worst version. I think they should have made the regular one. I don't like what they did with this Morph. They took it from the comic instead of continuity with the original show. That bothered me, but hey, I think they needed some brown in there. I don't know. Maybe the shoulder buttons, I don't know, instead of just being all white, but that's fine. I like the Jubilee. It's pink with yellow. Maybe the top should have been yellow as well because she's got a lot on the coat. The Jean is amazing. This is probably one of my favorites. I like the orange and the blue. It's just Jean Grey is one of my favorite X-Men. So with that being said, I really like that one. The Magneto is spot on, perfect, red and purple. You can't beat that. You got the Storm, which is amazing. I like Storm. I don't like this variation because they mixed the 80s Mohawk with the 90s silver, and some people call it white, but it was a silver costume. I'm just not a big fan of the mishmash. I think they should have either given her the more 80s style look if they were going to go for the Mohawk instead of the 90s costume with the 80s hair. I'm just nitpicking, what have you. Okay. The Cyclops one is pretty cool. Cyclops is my second favorite X-Men after Wolverine. So it's Wolverine and Cyclops, yes. Jean is right up there. Psylocke is up there too. Rogue, I think it should have been a darker green, but nonetheless, I do like the Rogue. But I see why they went light green with the dark green sticks. I think, my opinion, it should have been dark green on the controller, yellow on the face buttons, and then red on the sticks because she's a redhead. The white streak, have white at the top. But hey, that's just me. And then Bishop. Probably, he would round out my top 5, definitely. I was always a big fan of Bishop, and then Forge, but I like their dynamic. I liked everything from the comic. I'm not going to get into that, but I like how it's almost like the opposite of the Wolverine one. But again, I'm at the point where yellow and maybe the stick should have been red. If not, I think the top is red, which that would be fine. I do like that. Overall, I love these controllers. Again, the only one I'm not a big fan of is I think is the Morph. But that's my bias on the original Morph from the cartoon because most people don't know he was created for the cartoon. He was created to be killed. So they could show that there's, something at stake in this cartoon, and then they brought him into the comics to look like that. So that's my nitpicking, but that's coming from someone who really is deep into the lore, especially in the 90s. But yeah, let's continue on. So that's about it that the article has. Let's take a look at some of the comments. I always find this interesting. Very cool. Has to be the best looking custom Xbox I've seen so far. Agreed. And then my Halo one is pretty nice too. This will sell incredibly good as a collector's item in a few years. It'll sell amazingly, uncannily. No, that's not the right word, but it'll sell very well as soon as somebody wins it. It'll go for thousands. So, and here we go. This is why I like to read comments, and this is, yeah. Call me when they start selling special edition consoles like they used to. The contest stuff is for the dogs. Agreed. So, yeah, you can read all the other comments if you want, but that's really what I wanted to show you because a lot of people across, the fan base, the Xbox fan base, X-Men fan base, want to be able to buy this console. Shoot, if they sold the wrap, I would buy the wrap. If they sold the controller, I would buy the controller. Or you can just make it an Xbox design. That's probably what they want you to do, because then you'd end up paying more. But even as a $70 standard controller, I would buy it and keep it on card. That's what I would do. Hey, that's just me. What do you guys think about this? Do you like it? Do you wish you could buy it? I wish I could buy it. But again, Microsoft is notorious for making something and going, you can't buy it. Getting tired of that. But hey, maybe they'll learn with the next generation. Maybe they'll learn with some refreshes. Maybe they'll give us some new special edition consoles. Maybe. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video. Make sure you turn that bell on for notifications. And remember, if you want to really help us out, you can join, become a member, get all kinds of fun stuff, especially when we go live. Which is always what? Yeah, Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, Ready to Start podcast. Thank you guys so much. God bless. Like we always say, be legendary. Thanks again.